Hi everyone, my name is Nataliia Dolzhenkova and today we are going to talk about gestures around the world. Let's move on. That is, body language around the world. How to greet each other in different countries and how to express what do you feel right now. And the first one, I need to say to show you some common gestures which are connected with that most people would understand everywhere. They stay at the same way for many years, and such gestures like happiness, when you like something very much, encouragement, anger, and even sadness, they are still appropriate in our world. Some gestures are the same as in America and in Japan. Some gestures mean something different and even rude where you are. Do some gestures. Communication. What is gestures? I think though that is a type of communication, but without words, with the help of your eyes, with the help of your mouth, or with even the help of your hands and even body. That is a real communication between people of different cultures in different countries, and sometimes it is difficult to understand what do they mean. However, words and gestures really have complexity fixed meaning. You can see such body language, and in all of these photos, I can definitely be sure that actions speak louder than words. Learning the gestures is becoming more widespread around the world, and of the other culture is really fun. Let's try to work with some common gestures or gestures which can help you to communicate using no words at all. When you are too joyful and you always laugh or you hear something funny, it is useful to use such gestures like when you cross your hands on your stomach and can't stop laughing at all. Another one, I can also want to say about nervousness. It's also be there, and I'm a bit nervous too, but I try to make my face more with no worry at all. You don't pay your attention on the surroundings, what is going on next to you or close to you, preparing instead to pay attention to whatever is it on your mind. You are worried about something, you are nervous. That is, you also, can you see my fingers? You can also do like this. You also may drum your fingers on your table when you're a bit nervous. But let's try to use the most widespread ones. They are give a thumbs up. When this widely recognized sign of agreement, when it is actually used as an insult. In certain parts in Middle East, thumb up is definitely offensive. Thumbs down, that means they're different. The thumb up sign has been confusing people in thousands of years. The next gesture, it's not always polite, but when you need to say, come on, let's come to me, you use such gesture like beckon. That which means I also need to say, come on, come here. It is used in the United States of America when you want to ask a person to step forward, but never do it in Asia. It isn't welcome. It should be only used to beckon dogs, not for people. If you do it in the Philippines, you even could be, can you imagine, arrested. Looking at your watch. Oh, I'm in a hurry. I need to go. I have another meeting. Wait a minute. And I usually, without my thoughts about it, I think about it, and I usually watch onto my watch. That means that you are in a hurry or you needed to be somewhere else. And this meeting is important that which is going on right now. In the Middle East, a conversation should run its natural course. What does it mean, natural course? It would be very rude to look at your watch while you have some meeting or in a mid-conversation. In Arabic culture, for example, once communication has started and it must take its time. Continue to work with our gestures. That is very common gesture. Okay. In most European countries, we usually use that when everything is all right. But in some Asian countries, it is not polite, that is rude. Now, this gesture, once upon a time, I was in an international forum where I talk and have some conversation with the speaker. And when he asked me about how many times I was there, I show such gestures as 2. He said, I'm sorry, but you couldn't show like this. If you want to show this sign, you need to show it like this. That means both ways, like this, means peace and victory. In other places, such as in the UK, Australia, South Africa, the same gesture with the back of the hand facing the other person is considered to be an extremely insulting. That is not polite. One more time, I want to pay your attention into these common gestures. Give a thumbs up, beckon, looking at your watch, say show okay, and such we sign. Keep it up and let's see another gestures. The first one, I need to pay your attention to this gesture. Pat somebody on the back. This gesture can be used when you greet someone, it is a real friend for you, or when you say you are a great student, well done, to show some support to your child. When you don't know something, you start shrug your shoulders and you say, I'm sorry, I don't know it, or I can't even imagine, what's this? When you cross your arms and also cross your legs and has such gesture as you see there, that means that you are not open-minded to others. You are close from the communication, or you even don't want to talk to anyone. When the most widespread and the most useful gesture when you greet your business partners, your friends, or when two men greet each other, they usually shake their hands. And one more unusual gesture for European countries, it is more common for Asia, such countries as Japan, and when you greet someone, you need to give somebody a bow. You can't touch, kiss, and shake hands to the woman. And now, you will listen to people, and your task is to choose the correct alternative. How to do this task? At first, let's look through all the sentences. In real life, you will listen a tape recorder twice, but today that is a lack of time that you will hear the voice only once. After that, find out some keywords or gestures which you have already mentioned, and then start your listening. Ready, steady, go. Be attentive. Let's listen to people. Let's work with our sentences. In Japan, when you meet a woman, you should bow or kiss her on her cheek. Exactly. That was the key word. When you meet a woman, you should only bow. If you kiss her on her cheek, it is considered rude. The next one, is it okay or not okay to beckon someone with your finger in Japan? Okay or not okay? That's not okay to beckon someone in some Asian countries. Italians usually shake hands every time they meet or when they meet for the first time. Our speaker say that they usually shake hands, but did you catch the idea? Yes. Then they usually shake hands when they meet someone for the first time. When Italians kiss, they usually start on the right or on the left cheek. Do you hear that? I hear that is the right answer. They start kissing from the left cheek. In Italy, men sometimes greet each other with a wave like this, or pat a partner on the shoulder. I can't even imagine. Yeah, they are too talkative, they are too open-minded and outgoing, but wave? I don't think so. That is right. When they greet each other with a pat on the back. The next one, I need exercise are connected with the question. What do you do when you want to say or to show something while or during your communication. Okay, the first question is, what do you usually do when you want to say, come here? We will have it, and let's move on. I can help you. I'm sorry. Such gesture as. Yeah, that is beckon. What do you do when you say yes? You agree with something. Oh, it's easy. You start nodding your head. When you say hello or goodbye to someone, what do you usually do? In most cases, we shake our hands. Let's move on, and when you want to say, well done, good job, excellent. Do you remember a picture in the previous slide when a mother say these words to her son? Pet, you need to pet somebody on the back or shoulders. Well, what do you do when you meet a Japanese person for the first time? You remember, you can't kiss, you can't touch. What do you usually do? Yeah, they give a bow. If you want to show that you like it, something, you see, my gesture is moving on, and that is give a thumbs up. If you want to show something to somebody, what gesture do you usually do? You point with the help of this pointer onto something like this. If you want to say that you don't know something, you usually show such gesture as you start shrugging your shoulders. And the last one, when you want to say no, or you want to show that you disagree with something, you shake your head. And this gesture looks like that. That's all for today. Today we were talking about gestures and body language around the world. How can you express your feelings or greet each other in different cultures and countries? All these body language will help you to learn different gestures and how to use them in a plenty of different situations. I wish you good luck and say goodbye to you. See you next week.